Ho ho!
Except for the derby, which we all remember how that went, it's true that the team's defensive performance has been quite solid, right? 5 clean sheets in 11 matches. Xabi has emphasized that a lot since he arrived. I wonder if, despite still having to make miracles, like the one the other day against Getafe, you feel more comfortable this season, more supported defensively by your teammates.
Well, I think these are different moments. Even in the derby, to go back to that, most of the goals came from set pieces, something we can still improve on. One came from a first corner, the second from a throw-in, the third was a penalty after a corner, the fourth from a free kick, and only the fifth was from open play in the last seconds. So overall, we're defending very well as a unit, with good intensity, pressing high. And of course, I always have to be ready. Against Getafe, it was a relatively calm game. Calm in quotes. But then that last second play came, and as the goalkeeper of a top team, you have to show up in those moments too.
Following the game in Miami, the other day all the Liga teams protested, including Barcelona and Villarreal. I wanted to ask what you think about La Liga censoring that protest. Don't you think that's a bit undemocratic?
Well, I don't know why anyone would be surprised. This has been happening for a while. These kinds of actions, public reactions on social media, I've already said it after the Club World Cup. I've never seen a league president in any sport talk like that, hiding the protest and twisting the reason behind it. That's censorship and manipulation, and that's serious.
I wanted to ask you about Vinicius. You see him every day and know him personally. Do you think people are sometimes unfair to him?
Yes, I think so. It's not easy. You know, he's still young. Well, not a kid anymore. But when he was 18, even many of you people mocked him. That's not easy. Every time he steps on a pitch, like the other day in Getafe, he didn't do anything wrong, and yet from the very first second they were against him. So it's normal that sometimes he reacts a little, not provoking or disrespecting anyone, but just responding. They've targeted him from the beginning, but in the end, he frustrated the opponents, the same ones who tried to unsettle him. I think he handled it really well. His entrance helped us create more danger. They focused on him, and that helped us find the goal. I think it's very unfair how people treat him. He's a great guy, a good person, with a lot of experience already. He just has to keep doing his thing, helping the team. He's having a great start to the season, lots of goals and assists, and I expect more from him tomorrow and on Sunday.
In recent days, there's been talk that the International Board might approve a new offside rule, the so-called Wenger law. You probably know what it is. It would mean that for a player to be offside, their whole body must be ahead of the defender. It would affect defenders and goalkeepers the most. What do you think of this possible change? Would it be a turning point for football?
I'm not sure this is the most necessary change football needs right now. I think the real issue is time wasting. For example, goalkeepers get penalised for holding the ball more than 8 seconds, but then a team can take 30 seconds to throw in the ball. If we want more flow in matches, there are other things to fix first. About offside, yes, I agree that sometimes being off by a millimetre doesn't give any real advantage. But what's next? Are we going to measure the empty space between the defenders' and attackers' bodies? I don't know how VAR would manage that. Even capturing the exact frame is already difficult. Some teams might push their defensive line higher to take advantage, but if attackers can exploit more space, others might defend deeper, so it won't necessarily mean more goals. In Belgium the other day, Eden's brother had a goal disallowed, and you could barely see the difference. In that case, I agree it should have counted. But where do you draw the line? That's the hard part.
Going back to what you said about Vinicius, you mentioned that he managed to frustrate the opponents, the same ones who tried to frustrate him. Do you think he's now handling those situations better, learning to stay calm and not lose focus, unlike before?
Yes, I think he's improving at that. It's not easy when an entire stadium is against you and defenders keep kicking you. That's tough, but he's learning. I always saw Eden Hazard handle that very well. When we played together at Chelsea, away at places like Stoke City, same thing. Rivals tried to get him out of the game. I think Vinicius is learning to live with that, even to turn it around and get under their skin. I had a teammate at Atletico, Diego Costa. He was the best at that. In Chelsea, he drove Premier League defenders crazy. If Vinicius can do something similar and still play his best football, perfect for us. The important thing is that he stays focused on what the coach asks and keeps doing his game, because he's one of the best players in the world.
Last year, you lost 3 games in the Champions League group stage. This season, you've started much better. Is your main goal now to finish among the top 8 to avoid the playoff round?
Yes, obviously that's one of our objectives, to finish in the top 8. It makes things a bit easier and also gives you a week's rest in February by avoiding 2 extra games. So it's important to win tomorrow and start with 9 points from 9. After that, we'll have tough away games like Olympiacos, and City will come here. But the better you start, the better you finish. Last year, we lost away to Lille and at home to Milan. Those are good lessons for this season.